Hi, my name is Samifish, and I'm a fighting game commentator here. You might have seen me once or twice on ArcLive. Thank you for joining us this week. I'm going to bring you something a little bit more, say, how I do things at home, like basically what I do at home and how I prep for commentary and stuff like that is basically what we're going to do tonight. So I'm going to go over a specific character. I'm going to learn a character live with you guys on stream. You guys are feel free to ask questions in the chat while we're going along, but I'm just going to be learning a very simple character. And hopefully with the way I learn a character, you guys can also not only learn characters on your own a little bit quicker, but maybe it also help you play against those characters as well. Maybe you go like, oh man, if I can learn these characters like this, then maybe it'll be easier to learn them. And that's actually why I learned them. If I can learn the characters' insides and outs, then I can hopefully have a better insight on how they play. So that way when I commentate over them, then I can get inside the player, the mind of the player. So, sorry about the audio issues early on. I know it kind of looked weird. I was just like dancing. Rod Stewart's pretty sick. But, yeah, I appreciate you tuning in. So, the character I'm going to go for is, I just chose a character at random that I thought was pretty easy. I'm going to go through Mai Natsume, who's one of the DLC characters that came out not too long ago. She's considered to be a pretty versatile character, great range, pretty good assist. I mean, all things considered, she has a great movement. But, you know, a little lacking on the mix-up thing. But the great thing about Blazblue Tag is that with an assist, we can help facilitate that quite a bit. So, you know, let me know if you guys have any questions as we're going along. I'm just, you know, I'm doing this on the fly. The only things I prepared for myself tonight is the plan in which I am going to go over the character and some of the combos. I picked some pretty easy combos, that way I'm not struggling too much in front of you guys. And then later on, we're going to go over some my footage I got from Southeast Asia Majors, and that way I can show you guys what I do after I get done learning a character. I basically go over, look for some video content for them, and then I try to decide or try to learn what I'm not doing with the character and what I could be improving on. And then after that, we'll probably conclude that there. I'll give you guys some little homework if you guys are learning your own character. And then we'll do some overall Southeast Asia Majors, like just an overall, how you call, like a recap. And there's something specific I want to talk about, especially with the Winners Finals and Grand Final set that I thought was pretty interesting. So you might be able to tune into that. But let's get into this one. I'm going to put the stick on my lap and we will get started. She is a super fun character, Mai. I think, for me personally, she was one of the characters that really interests me in Blazblue CF, actually. She was super cool. So, the first thing I do with every character that I learn is I go into whatever tutorial mode or what have you, like challenge mode, and I go learn the character here. And why do I do that? Well, that's largely because the characters, or the developers have a good idea on how the characters are supposed to be played. Where the hell is this character? There it is, sweet. And they have a good idea on how the characters are made, especially in Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, because in this game specifically, the developers had to really learn what made the character special and then implement that in Blazblue Tag because they had to truncate their move list, they had to figure out what made these characters cool and what makes them unique, and then implement that into a game with less buttons. It must have been very difficult, so these tutorials specifically in Blazblue Cross Tag Battle are very, very good. So, going over some basic things here, crouching B has a recovery against head attributed attacks, so basically it's just good anti-airing. This is a really good anti-air. Has a bit of recovery, so don't whiff it, but it has great range. Look at that, that's crazy. So, just very simple stuff. I didn't put my buttons down, did I? There you go. Starting off strong, baby. Starting off strong. Alright. 1, 2, alright. If you guys have any questions while I'm going around, just ask me. You know, I'm learning this with you guys. So we got Standing B. Her Standing B is just a projectile? That's pretty sick. Is this like a one-button character then? Oh my gosh, she might be. Alright. It might be really easy to learn. So, BB, you can angle. Yeah, I assume just like in CF, you can angle the target or target of the projectile. You can also move it too. So if you press it a second time, you give it a different angle. That's pretty sick. Actually, you know what that makes me think? Is that you could probably do something like this. Oh, he's sick. Is it, so wait, it's a normal, right? So that means you can cancel it? Oh my god, you totally can. That's sick. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're figuring stuff out. Alright, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. This is also pretty good. You know, I'm thinking that if you have like some sort of assist, that's pretty good. Like it has some sort of delay. You can do something like do this, call assist, right? Call assist. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. DP? DP has follow-ups? Do they A, B, or C? It doesn't look like any of the buttons do anything differently. I think it's just a random follow-up button. Okay. And then air DP downwards. That looks like it could possibly be a good air ender, right? Oh, it goes kind of up a little bit? Okay. No, that might actually be kind of tricky in the air. A lot of the times people end up in this airspace situation sometimes, you know. You can possibly be really tricky with this. Or call an assist from up here. Call a quick assist from up here. Go back in. That sounds like it's pretty good. She gets like 2 air actions. Oh, that's right. She gets the quarter forward, quarter back in the air, so she gets to move. She gets 2, yeah. So I guess she can do things like jump A. I'm trying to get it where I'm not getting the. Oh no, wait, that's right. I'm not trying to get the. I'm trying to get something that's not the specials out of this, because there is like, if I recall correctly, there's like just the normal buttons like this, and then if you just do the float in the air and then do the button, it has a different property. If I recall correctly. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on with this one. All right, juncture. Oh, just the dash on its own. Recovery juncture can be canceled with another juncture. Oh, so you can cancel dashes into dashes. Okay. That's probably useful for like some combo potential, right? Maybe you can do something like the first thing I'm thinking of right now. Yeah, like some sort of dash cancel. Yeah, something like that. Beach. Good lord, that goes far. That's fast and far. It's not like Chie's where like she like takes forever to get in there. This comes out immediately. Calling assist behind this might be really scary. C almost goes full range. It's about the same speed or same distance as B, but it goes farther. Or it goes slightly farther, slightly faster. Is super jumping really high and using her spear? Yeah. I can see that, right? What is most characters going to do something about this, right? You just jump up in the air. It'd be really pain in the butt to deal with. Moon Blossom has invulnerability against lag attributes. That's right. I know this, what's it called, from watching a lot of Jonas footage in CF, that he likes just doing, or you just do Moon Blossom like this and you avoid some lows. It's like it's not necessarily her DP, but it kind of works like that. You can get away from some stuff like that. So, okay, so I was right. There is, if you delay it a little bit and then do the move, it comes out differently than it is if you just do the move on its own. That's pretty interesting. Can you combo this? I'd be so surprised if you can't combo this. Huh. Maybe not. There you go. You can combo that. Maybe the A one for sure. Okay, so depending on whether you delay it or not, you will get a different move. That's pretty interesting. Especially considering, like, if you're just on the ground and you do quarterback, then you'll get an instant air move like this. But you won't get anything out of it, right? Because it'll just hit like this. Yeah, I didn't think so. But if you delay it for a second, oops. Delay it a lot? You have to delay it a lot. Oh, yeah. Someone's definitely going to recognize if you do that, so it's not really a good option like that. But she can cancel a spear to home if your opponent, if they try to jump. That is true, right? You can do things like... You know, what's really weird about this is that, you know, it's a projectile that can be canceled. This is not normally something that you have in fighting games, right? So, it's like this weird thing where you have to sort of time it when it actually hits. Because if you do it too early, you won't get anything, right? But if you time it when you get the hit, then you'll do it. Alright, supers? Sick. Homing supers? I'm for it. And it has hits on the way up, that's what I was thinking. Does way more damage if you hit it while it's going up. But if you use it homing and you sort of get in there, it does quite a bit of damage on its own. I like that. Oh, you mean jump BB. Yeah, that's true. So you can... It doesn't have the greatest angle. Like, it's hard to sort of angle in this way. But, you know, catch people jumping away. Super spear. That sounds pretty basic. Like, I wonder if this avoids projectiles. That's something we'll have to try in training mode. Say the last one's going to be the Astral. Yeah. Yeah, it's good range for an Astral. Oh. In this game? The existence of auto combos in this game is quite interesting because it sort of revolves around the game, right? But we have seen with the development of the high level meta of this game that it has not been a game where people just go like, oh hey, I'm in this situation, I'm just gonna mash out A, right? Like you rarely see this as a situation. People are gonna confirm this into something. So for me personally, I think it's just a different combo. Like you think of a thing like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had auto combos to a degree. Every light punches had 2 hits to them. They had a light medium. So if you hit light punch, then you hit light punch, and then you did the medium punch afterwards. It's just a different combo. It's just a different way to input things. I don't think it's that complicated. I think it's really interesting too because I get to learn these characters pretty simply. I don't have to worry about a bajillion moves, right? I'm learning a character with you guys right now, and actually I learned a different character on my own at home, and I timed it, and I was like, man, I can learn a character pretty quickly in this game. I think that's super cool. But obviously, as we've seen in tournaments, that it has been very rewarding for people to learn how to do their own combos or put time into their characters and get a little bit more out of their characters. That's sick. Very simple combo from the air. Normally, so one of the things you have to know when you're doing these challenge modes is you have to know about what the training mode is trying to teach you right now. So the thing is that a lot of the times these combos are not going to be optimal combos, and there's a reason for that. They want to be, one, very easy to do so you guys understand the concept that they're trying to teach you, and then secondly, they want you to be able to see that concept very simply and very clearly. So what's the concept that they were teaching us before in that previous one? Well, they were teaching us that you can confirm from air to ground and get a full combo. What's the one we're trying to learn in this one? That crouching B, her anti-air, can be used to jump cancel and then get a full combo off of. So yes, this might not be the best combo that we can possibly get off this situation, but it might be that this is what they're trying to teach you. There you go. Very simple, take him back to the ground. Her trials seem pretty simple so far. Throw, and then cancel on the Moon Blossom. Oh, okay. So this is what we were talking about before. It's like the same thing as like dash canceling, but we're doing it with the jump one. Now I have to learn how to time that cancel. Man, I am so bad at like delaying things. There it is. Oh wow, you have a bunch of time to do that actually. And not cancel into 2B? You have to go into A's. Okay, okay. So you actually have a bunch of time to do this. But the main thing is to know is that... Oh, okay, there's the timing aspect of this combo. This is interesting. All the characters that I play mash out buttons. There you go. It's interesting because her throw, I was trying to cancel it early on. I was trying to cancel it here. But it's actually that second hit. You have so much time to cancel this. It's crazy, actually. There's probably some crazy stuff you can do with this, honestly. But that's for when we go into training mode after we're done with this. Charge BB. Oh, what? You see all that on-tack time on that? That's crazy. Sorry, what'd you say? Footfall? Oh. When's Guilty Gear football? Oh. Do you mean like American football? Oh, okay. So here's a use of this of the dash cancel without pressing a button afterwards. So even if you do this dash cancel late, you still get the A button, so you have to wait for it to recover. So this is good. What this is trying to teach you is that it's trying to teach you that you have the ability to use this in certain combo situations. You don't have to go into the moves that come out of the dash, the command dash. So you gotta get that timing down. Alright, we'll get better at that. We'll get better at that. I think I'm not canceling the second B fast enough. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I almost got it. Okay. Oh, so close. That was so close. I can tell. I can tell. I'm definitely not canceling it fast enough. Okay, okay, okay. We got this. We got this. Yeah, there we go. We did it. Pressing back after down forward lets you cancel the dash easier. Oh, that makes sense. Definitely. Yeah, I should have thought about crouch canceling. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's do last combo. So this combo specifically is teaching you just a simple resonance combo. Might not be simple. I don't know. We'll find out. Was it? It was A, C, quarter forward C, 2B, jump. Okay, and then there's probably a super tacked on to the end because that's how they're teaching you that you can cancel specials in resonance. Okay, let's try this. Oh, nope, canceled it too early. All right, let's do this again. You guys are all going to learn that I'm really bad at fighting games. Maybe I'm not doing it high enough? This is interesting. There you go. That's a sick combo. I like that one. Need to learn the one button reset? I do need to learn the one button reset. You can press minus to reset. Oh. I don't play on a PS4 stick. Minus. There's a minus button? I play on my Versus stick. I play on a 360 stick still. It's totally fine. We figure it out. Anyway, so cool. We've gone through the regular combos, so it kind of gives me an idea on what the combos are supposed to look like, all right? And then let's go into training mode. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through the training mode. I'm going to go into the training mode, and I'm going to pick some characters, and we'll try to see how I can put these characters together. So I'm going to go over their normals, basically. I'm going to pick Jin because that's the character that I normally pair my main with. I'm also very lazy, and that character is really good. And pick me some, how about guys? Pick me some guys to beat up on. Oh, it's on the Switch. Oh, okay. I was like, there's minus buttons on the PS4? That's crazy. Ruby Gordeau, there it is. I'm okay with that. Let's beat up on some top tier. Azriel, you can't say Azriel. Azriel gets beat up in every other game. Is it like ever since Azriel came out, he was a training mode dummy. Yukiko, that girl's been through enough. Come on, man. Why are you gonna do that to her? All right. Let's go through her buttons. So the next thing I have to do after I go through their challenge list is I go through their command list, right? Got a simple smart combo, back smart combo. Okay, so they're not necessarily a one-button character because they have the back combo. So we were learning about the BAA, BB in the air, stage 1 chargeable. So there's one charge stage. Special attack 1, just back A on its own. So maybe that could be, is that different? Huh, interesting. DP with follow-ups, we went through that. Juncture, Moon Blossom, specials, supers, okay. So, let's look through our normals. Yukio was the beta dummy. Oh yeah, she's right, she was the beta dummy because she could heal herself. I totally forgot about that. Alright, so let's go through our normals real quick. Let's do the first one. Regular auto combo. Seems like it has decent range, right? How many hits does that third hit A do? 9 hits? 9 hits. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe at some point that in certain situations it might push out too far for you to get something afterwards. And then there's a follow-up afterwards that probably can't be canceled into anything? Yeah. Very likely. Okay. So, very basic, smart combo. If you want to get a little bit extra damage, you let the third hit rock. Sweet. You also have back A. This seems pretty good. I wonder if she's Aaronvol or Legenvol in this because she's standing on her spear. Okay. Oops. Is there no... Do I forget how to play? No, I was doing this right. Okay. It might be. It might be. I might be stuffing it too early. Let me do this instead. Oh, that's not a low. Okay, there you go. There you go. That's better. Okay, no, it's not legging the ball. Alright, cool. Good to know. It's not optimal to use the third A hit. It doesn't seem like it, right? It seems like it's pushing out too far. It doesn't seem like you get anything afterwards, right? Oops. And you go to... Oh, right. I forgot there's this big button on the back. Sick. Alright. Can you cancel into B? You can, but it won't combo. Okay, that's good to know. Will it combo off the first hit? No. It seems like it delays too much to hit, combo at all. Okay. Alright. Let's see the rest of this string. This seems like it's pretty good the second hit, but you obviously can't whiff into it, so that's unfortunate. But this move, it has some decent range. She moves forward out of it, unlike this move, but it seems like this move has more range. So I don't expect to see this all that much. Actually, I probably only expect this out of lows. So you can probably do something like this. That even seems not optimal. Because it takes up your... You can't do 2A, 4A? Huh, you can't do 2A, 4A. So you can't do 2A, 4A, that kind of sucks. Can you do 4A, 2A? Yes, you can. So you can do... But you can't do 4A, A, 2A. Okay. So that's something you can do, I guess. You can do 3 2As. Alright, cool. So it seems like 4A for the most part is just something you can poke with. And that's about it, really. You can cancel it as well. Okay. Has 3 hits. It doesn't seem... 4A is faster than 5A. You can 4AA, 5AA. Yeah. That seems about right. This seems like it's a decent way to go for your ground combo. So you do dun dun, and then cancel into... Does B not combo? Oh, okay, it does. Very simple ground combo. It's probably a good way to also combo into her assists. I called it a little bit too late. We will do it. Ah, man, this wasn't back in time. I should fix that. I should fix that. Basic settings. Skill gauge. Fixed. There you go. Oops, wrong character. Alright, let's see. Okay, now it doesn't get rid of it. Nice. Oh man, okay, so don't do that. Okay, so it's a good way to fodder into your assist. Alright, so pretty cool. She seems like she has some decent range. It's also supplemented with the fact that she has a projectile that can go full screen. I'm already thinking about doing stuff like this. To the extent of that, where you're calling Jin 6A behind you. Or 6B, I mean. Something like that. Let's go into neutral. There you go. You can tech out of it. Okay, so there's a timing aspect here, but that seems like it's pretty good. Seems a pretty basic combo. Okay, cool. So we also got B. This seems pretty tricky to deal with. Man, I love that assist. So I think for the most part, this character is really all about... it feels like she's really all about high movement and then using stuff to get in. So you can use stuff like that. You can use her DP to really move around. You can also do stuff like call a block string, right? And then go for cross-ups like this. That's pretty interesting. This seems like pretty good stuff. She must be. I think she might be pretty fun to play, honestly. I'm having fun with this so far. All right, what else? What have I forgotten anything? Oh, her C buttons. Dead overheads from half screen. What if I do stuff like this? If that gets blocked, I still have pressure. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. This is like a half screen overhead. You can combo after her DP in the corner? Oh, really? How do you do that? Seems pretty basic. 5C is huge. Look at this. That's crazy. Do I still have the thing from before? I totally do. Look at that. That definitely beats lows. Oh, DP assist. Yeah. Okay. That is true. So you can do stuff like... Oh man, that doesn't leave you very close. I'm There you go. Okay. So you do 2A, hold, if you're holding down back, you can do, holding down back and holding P will give you the back assist, so that's pretty good. There might be something cool with that. That's a super basic combo. Remember, I have a P brain, so I really can't do like crazy combos like that. This for me is having something this consistent is really good for me because I want to have things that I know is gonna work. It's pretty simple. Maya's probably got the best DP assist in the game. We'll go through her DP. We'll go through her assist in a bit. Actually, that's the part of the game plan. So this is pretty interesting. I like this quite a bit. She seems like she's really fun. She has a lot of high movement things. She can do things like this, where she can cancel into her she can cancel into her moves, right? So you can do stuff like pretty simply, right? Very basic combo, very easy to confirm into. You can also do stuff like this, where if you're getting the hit. You can, well, not that high, obviously, but you can do stuff pretty cool with this character. You can set up a lot of cross-up stuff with her DP. On top of which, this is invincible, right? So you could probably, like, do stuff like that as well, and it'll be really hard to approach considering you're going forward and being invincible. So that's something that's something to worry about. Okay, so we went through her assists. It looks like, so before, when we were doing this off the throw, we had to delay it for a second, right? And that way we got a full combo. So I think that's the same thing. Yes. So this might be a good way to like bait some stuff out, or if you bait a low specifically. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do 2C. That's right, we saw that in the combo, we saw that in the trials where I went. That seems like it has decent range. Almost. Second hit has a decent range. First one needs to be pretty close. So 2A, 2A, 2C might be very simple combo to do. Maybe something like this? Oh man, it already hits you too far. So maybe before the 2C. Maybe a little bit harder to use than I think. There you go. A little easy triple low confirm. Stuff like that. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Is anything I'm not going over? Just normalize hitboxes. Throws about Maya's best combo damage. Ooh, I missed that. You know, her throw combo seems pretty good. It's very easy to do. I'm just bad and I haven't practiced it, but I feel like once you practice this, this is not a hard timing. It's just about a timing thing. Yeah, not easy. Not hard to do at all. Very easy to do. You can set up a really scary setups with this. And then maybe relaunch with that. Okay, this is pretty good. Delay, 2-1-4 delay B is her best starter. Or if 2-3-6A if you're a meme lord. I just think... I said that like a dad, didn't I? I was like, if you are a meme lord, the kids, what are they saying? You know, not doing anything out of this can also help you reset pressure, right? If you're not expecting this, this is not... If you're not expecting this, you could possibly sneak in some reset pressure with that. That's cool. Okay, cool. So that is... Let's go through her assist real quick. Switch characters. All right. Jin. Man, I love playing this character. I did nothing. I got 6.2. How sick is that? This character, so the reason why I picked this character is not because I think he's super simple. Well, that's partly it. But mainly because I think this is one of the best characters to pair around. I think him and Hyde have some of the best overall synergy with most of the cast. And I think that makes them very good characters to pair with characters that you're learning. Because one, they're not too difficult to execute, and two, they'll be really easy to learn how they synergize generally. Get a little bit of extra damage out of this, right? Sick. So, let's look at her assist. Let's look at back assist. Just a regular DP assist. Does that have as much untech time as Jin's? Seems like it. So pretty standard. It has a good range. It almost feels like Ruby's back assist to some degree. Probably not as good of a hitbox, but pretty good. Yeah, seems like it's pretty good. How far does it hit on the floor though? That's my question. Let me see this. Oh, wrong assist. Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good assist. It scoops off the ground really well, and that makes it for really easy combos. Stray hits like this. Like a lot of the times for something like Jin, where if he's outside of range, he can't 5 BB, which is his normal pickup, right? That last B will whiff. So what you do normally is you try to do something like this and try to confirm it to 2C instead. And I did that so late. That comes out fast enough for me to get a combo off of really simply, and also fast enough for me to get a confirm, get the knockdown, and then be able to use that as pick up backhand. That is a very good move. And Blue, you're also right. Yeah, it would be good for active switch, right? So you'd be able to do stuff like this, where you're doing stuff like, let's put her in Bloxton real quick, right? Basic settings. Guard all swap? Okay. Ah, man, I was trying to do quarter forward B in the middle of there. Oh, man, that was not what I wanted to do. But either way, I can see your point for sure. My my execution is not fantastic. And a lot of my execution is driven into my head. So, but I can see your point, though. Definitely, it is it's a move that has a lot of block stun. So you can do stuff like this. I need to call it beforehand. So you can do stuff like. Okay, I'm really bad at this. It's all right. So, pretty cool. Back assist, really good. Akin to Jin's, akin to Ruby's. Really feels like Ruby's assist. And I think I categorize that as pretty good. Let's see. Neutral assist. Very typical sort of rush down assist. One of those things that you can really use to lock people down from full screen. So you can do stuff like, you know... Oops, wrong assist. Wow, what the heck? What was that? That was sick. All right. So very easy way to continue your pressure as well, right? If they're blocking, then you can do stuff like this. All right, I did too many A's. All right, there you go. Very simple way to start it up. What's the haps, Meme Blade? I hope you're doing well today. Mind Blade. The kids like the memes. I meant as a as a combo. My active switch game is really bad. I'll tell you as much. I play Jin because he doesn't need to do it too much. But obviously when you're of the caliber of someone like Punk or Fame, where their Jins are very good, or Fenrich, then you'll be able to really take advantage of that. Pretty good. Pretty good. That's a good way to extend your pressure. Probably a good way to extend your combos, too. Oops. So this is a lot of what I do at home. Generally, I just do this, and I sit in front of the computer, and I practice this a lot. This is a great way to really figure out how other characters work. And you see that, you know, for the most part, it's not taking too much time. There you go. None. do the second hit. Okay. There you go. See, and it wall bounces too? That's crazy. Man, I'm missing that second hit for whatever reason. I should probably commit to the second hit and then just call assist. It comes out pretty fast. Wow, it comes out really fast. There you go, attack on extra damage. That comes out really fast. And then it walls bounces too, so you can call this a neutral? Ooh, you can call this out in neutral. That's super sick. This is a great neutral tool. Oops, wrong assist. Let's do something like this. Again, it's like a timing thing, but pretty cool. Almost. Oh, that would be cool. That'd be cool. But either way, that's a great way to control the range. It goes full screen, I think? That is crazy. This assist goes full screen. You can obviously deal with it if you see it from downtown, but, like, that's crazy. Really, really good assist there. All right, what's our last assist? Our forward assist? Right, the 2 projectile one that's, like, it also puts you in, like, really good block stun. Doesn't put you in a ton of hit stun, but it's pretty good because it has the 2 hits on it. So you can do really some pretty cool stuff with this. Let me see. So let's go into it. Put all guard, and then we'll do stuff like this. Oops. All right. And keep the pressure up that way. That's pretty interesting. In the corner, I expect this to be pretty good. I assume that in situations like this, is probably not as good. But it does have the projectile aspect to it, so it's kind of hard to get away from. But at that point, if you're using in neutral like this, you much rather use something like that. What's a good way to practice punishing assists in training mode? Actually, you know what? That'll be something I go over in we go over a seam. There's something I wanted to talk about that I thought was pretty interesting when I watched it the first time, and I thought, you know, this would be something really cool to talk about because a lot of the complaints that are happening with Blazblue Tag was pretty well answered by the guy who won Seam. So we'll go over that in a bit. So this is pretty good. I really like her assists. Her assists are extremely well-rounded. She has an anti-air assist that also is pretty good for doing some cross-combo stuff. She also has a forward assist that is really good for lockdown, and then she has a neutral assist that is good for controlling the neutral. That is really good. This is a extremely well put together set of assists, and I think I'd have to say that this is really, really good. Like, she might be one of the better supports in this game for that reason. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like this quite a bit. I think Maya's as an assist character is pretty good. You know, maybe a little bit more difficult to play in neutral because she doesn't really have, you know, as many options as she did in her previous version. But big normals might be difficult to get around. Also, this thing is crazy. Do not jump on this character. That is a free assist. So, pretty cool. All right. So, I have some combos that I prepared for myself. They are not hard, but I will try. I have 2 easy combos, and I have 1 hard combo that I'm going to go over. So, we'll see it. So, the first one I'm going to do is... So normally what I do when I first learn a character is I learn a very simple bread and butter combo. Very simple bread and butter combo. So this bread and butter combo is going to seem very easy. It's going to seem like it's not worth doing. But the thing is, early on when I'm just learning a character, I'm not thinking about maining them. That when I learn is I want to learn a character so that when I go into training mode or something or online later on, that I have something that is go-to and easy to do, because when we're learning this character early on, we're not trying to learn how to win with this character. We're trying to learn how to work with this character. We're trying to learn how to make this character basically tick in game, and that way when we make this character work in game, we can know where she excels, where she's weak, and that way we can use that information and then use it against opponents later on. So this is a pretty simple combo that I picked up. It was like 5AA 2B and then jump A, jump AA, jump AA into 214B. So very simple combo. But it seems like maybe character specific. Oh no, there it is. Maybe a little bit finicky? Huh. I might want to just do 1 5A. That could be from a low starter right there, so you can start with 2 2As like this. It'll scale the combo quite a bit, but it'll be pretty good. Very simple combo. Yeah, it scales it quite a bit. Okay. So 5.3 off a very basic combo. That's not too hard. I like that quite a bit. If you put a single low in here to help the scaling a little bit, then it does 4.2. So the scaling is quite a bit. So you want to sort of try to hit this 5A. So the harder combo, what was the harder combo? It was something like this, where you, if you cancel Moon Blossom and you hold 6, you will get normals out of it. Oh, that's really hard. Dun 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 dun. Woo! Almost got it. And then I got Suzerain late. All right, let's go. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I almost got it. All right, I almost got it. Might be not as hard as I thought. Oh man, I missed the input. Do you guys have any questions with the character? Do you guys have you seen anything on the screen and went like, huh, I wonder about this as well? Let me know. Huh. So it seems like it might be kind of rough, but with practice it might be kind of easy. She might be also a harder character to do this with. There you go. Oh, nope. Oh, it's a solo character. Huh. I guess we have her... There you go. There you go. Gordo alive and well. Let's see this. Whoops. Alright, let me see if it's easier on a bigger body. Nope, not any easier. Okay. Does it need to counter hit? I don't think so. Ooh, accidentally pressed. I didn't get 6 in the... Okay, so this combo might be a little bit harder for me to do. I might have to practice more about this combo. But I almost got it. It's difficult though. It's not easy. This is one of those combos. Seems like you can squeeze some extra damage out of this. Cool. Alright, so then I have this, I have a corner combo. Normally it's good to learn a corner combo, learn a little extra damage, just so you can see how the character buttons interact. Oh my god, it never pressed her jump C. This is like Faust jump C. Or jump H. Look at this. And it like kills her air momentum too? Wow, that's crazy. It kills her air momentum. It's really annoying, though. I'm not going to do that. Right here. All right. So the combo I have is, I think it's 5AA 2B, instant jump C, land 5A 2B. Something like that. Let me look at my notes real quick. Yeah, no, that is it. That is it. Okay, cool. You've never... Yeah, you know what? I haven't either, and I watched some of my footage before this just to sort of because I was looking for some of my footage to watch with you guys, but like I've never seen this normal, and it seems really good. Like, what if you're right here? That seems, and it hits really hard. Might be not as good on smaller characters. Maybe not. Oh, that still hits. Jesus. That's crazy. I think it's used in super long combos. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to use it right here. Oh, there you go. Oh man, I accidentally jump canceled the first part. Okay, that's pretty cool. Has a lot of hit stun. It's actually teaching me how crazy good 5A is. It has an awesome hitbox. I have to trust it, actually. Look at that. I might have to cancel. I might super jump. I have to super jump this. Super jump it. All right, let's do this. This might be easier if I put a single A in here. Done. Oops. Might be harder? Wow, maybe actually it's a spacing thing. Might need to jump cancel the first one pretty early. Alright. I can get this though. One more time. Ah, man, this is really hard. Earlier. I gotta do this earlier. Let me just try to jump cancel the first hit. Man, this is really difficult. Ooh, okay. Huh. This is a little bit more finicky than I thought it was. I got you, loops. I got you. All right. 5A, A to B. You know, this is a little bit harder than I thought. Let me try this instead. Okay, so in the corner, however, so the rest of this combo is supposed to look like this, where you do 2A, you do jump A, jump C, but it looks like jump C pushes them really far out when you get the hit. So in the corner, it's more beneficial, and you get a little bit more damage up there. Okay, cool. Maybe it's easier to do the jump cancel out of that situation. Let me try that. Maybe a little bit harder. Anyway, man, that combo's a little bit harder than I thought it was. But that's why we're sitting here and we're learning it, right? So now I know that if I'm going to go for a combo right now, I'm not going for this just yet. But maybe if I sit at home and practice it a bit, then I'll be able to practice or learn how to do this. But I can see how it works, right? We can. It's pretty easy to see how this works. Almost got it. One more time. Okay, so it seems like it. Okay, cool. Pretty cool. I like her combos quite a bit. Let's just make one with her assist let's make one with an assist really quickly. Something very simple, right? Let's use Jin's neutral assist. Because his neutral assist is actually, it's one of the best assists to help pick up afterwards because it has 2 hits. Unlike this one, which it wall bounces forward, this one is super easy because it keeps them in the same spot. So you don't have to run up afterwards, which is super nice. So you can do things like this. You can do... Oops. Messed it up. That's with 4P. So you want to extend your combo a little bit. Maybe we can do something after the launch. So let's do like something like this. Maybe a little bit earlier. Oh, if we cut the combo down a little bit, we could. It makes it a lot easier. Oh wow. There you go. That's how you can almost carry coast to coast with that. Oof. That's almost to the corner. That's crazy. This is a great combo. It's super simple to do, and it'll almost get you coast to coast. This is the type of combos that I want to learn, because these are the combo specifics. Like if I'm here or if I'm next to the corner, if basically I'm in this situation right here. Now we're in the corner. So 3/4 of the screen carry, that's really good to know. Very easy combo to do. Sounds good. Okay, we had a simple throw combo before. You can probably augment this with the assist in the same way. Oof, so close. Okay, I kind of get the general idea. I'm gonna try to hit this, and then we'll finish this up. Maybe I need to do like a little mini dash up afterwards, actually. I might not be able to do it. This might be a little bit harder than I thought. It's cool. No big deal. Yeah, it's a little bit harder. It's cool. So, but I think it makes sense that if you're able to get this combo, then you'd be able to combo it into the full like assist with it too. So she has a bit of a threat. You probably have to put in the threat of throws into her game because she doesn't really have any overheads that from close range. This is pretty good because it avoids lows, but on top of which, it might be difficult to implement in some situations. This might be good, but it won't hit crouchers probably. I can almost guarantee that it doesn't hit crouchers. Crouchers. Oops. Oh, that goes over crouchers. Okay, it's good to know. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Good to know. All right, sweet. So this is. So you guys have any questions on something that I didn't go over, or something about the process? Like this? Yeah, it doesn't seem like it hit crouchers at all. Or maybe small crouchers. It could be that someone like Gordo might be able to, might be different. Yeah, no, it might be just like Wallstein Tager size. That might be the size that it works on. Anyway, so pretty cool. Final thoughts about this character. I think she's got some pretty cool things. She has one of the better assist sets in the game. Really, her assist set's incredible. Having a anti-air assist, having a neutral assist, and having a forward-moving lockdown assist are all really, really good. She actually reminds me a lot of Jin in that way. Jin has very similar assists, where he has the back assist, and then he has the neutral covering assist, and then he also has the lockdown assist as well, right? Very similar to Jin in that sense. So I think in that sense that this might actually be just a good team in general. They can both accent each other pretty well. They both have pretty good range. They can both also cover each other with good projectiles. and lock down from full screen and then go in afterwards. So things like this might be very scary to deal with. So this seems pretty good. I like Mai quite a bit. I think she's very good. If you were to use her sort of like a template, sort of like Jin, I think the only thing where she lacks from Jin really is that she lacks, I think she lacks damage slightly from Jin, because if you do a regular air combo with Jin, you get like 6.2 or something, but with this character you get a little bit less damage. So that's fair, honestly. That's pretty cool. Very simple character to play, and I think afterwards, really the game to be played with this character is after this knockdown right here. You can probably call assists here. And really mess with this stuff right here. I think the post-knockdown setup here might be some of the scariest things to deal with this character. Might be some stuff there. She's kind of on the low end. She caps around 6K. It seems like it, right? You know, EX moves. Honestly, to be honest, I'll be honest, I don't really like her. This is plus, and that's nice, but it wouldn't be the way I want to spend meter unless there's a given specific situations. You know, I didn't look at this move too much. Her EX Suzerain, but it doesn't seem like it's that easy to pick up off of anyway. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's that easy to pick off after that one anyway. So overall, I don't think she needs to use her EX moves to be successful, and that's a good thing because that means you get to save that meter on some other stuff. That is definitely a good thing. EX Himayuri, I think that's the dash move. Yeah, I think that move might be pretty good for her just destroying neutral, right? You do stuff like this. Very simple combo, like sort of gets you in. You really, not a lot of counterplay versus something that's going to move that fast, right? Oh my god, this doesn't hit Ruby. Oh, that sucks. You can obviously angle it, right? But that's still not great. Either way, this is something I'd probably consider doing. Definitely EX Himiyuri into something cool. Do something like this. There you go. That's a great way to get in a full combo as well. All right, sick. So, what do we got? All right, time it is. So let's do this. Let's just transition straight into going into the videos. So what I have also planned for you guys is what I do afterwards, right? So what I do afterwards is what I do after I learn the character is I go look for some match footage. And so the match footage I have prepared for you now is actually from Southeast Asia Majors, and not too long ago we had a guy get into top 8 with Mai by the name of Tomarello. He was a player that I got to watch top 8. I was like, man, there's this cool Mai player, and I want to go over that footage with you. Maybe we'll learn some things or two. I just went, oh, I picked this character. I looked for some footage. I found some from Southeast Asia Majors. I was like, that is great. It is perfect. It's topical. We'll go over that. So we'll do that real quick. Do you want to throw that up? Oh, already thrown up. And we're just, yeah, because we're using this mic. All right. So is that what they're seeing? Okay, sounds good. All right. So sweet. Let's look over this. So going over some, so the first thing, there was a couple of mines, yeah, but I wanted to go over this guy specifically. Was there two, actually? I thought it was just Tomarello, but Tomarello. I kept saying Tomarello the entire weekend, but his name is Tomarello. Let's get into this one. So he picked. So the big thing that we want to know from Southeast Asia Majors is that there were two characters that really stuck out to me in terms of the amount they were picked, and that was not only Gordeau, which was slightly surprising, or slightly not surprising, but a lot of 13 as well, a lot of 13. So that was quite surprising. I was really surprised with that. We also had Ryota, who was picking a really interesting Ruby Weiss team. Weiss. So there you go. All right, so he had some of the ideas that I had before. He was going into using the DP to approach and using Grim Reaper behind him. I think that's a pretty safe way to approach, using an invincible move that moves forward, and then trying to approach using that. Right here. Oh man, he got punished doing the DP out of the air. Maybe he tried to call assist. So one of the things I was actually doing while I was practicing right now is that I noticed that calling assist during DPs is kind of hard to do with her because it activates faster than it moves. So by the time it activates, she's not necessarily moving. So you have to be very wary with calling it before you do the DP, and I think that might have been an input error that he had right there. It's putting him in blocks right now. It's not a great situation. Mai took a lot of damage already. By the way, producer, you can skip through it if Mai ever dies. I don't know how hard that is for you. If it's too hard, then we'll let it rock. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, as soon as Mai dies, you can pause it, and then I can talk about what I saw. It might have been the same. I think it was just Tomarello, because I was looking for footage, but I couldn't remember. But I have both of Tomarello's games. Oh no, the Mai got comboed. That was really rough. Okay, so the one thing I did notice out of that situation is that he did use one of the things that we were talking about, which is that DP into assist seems like it's a very strong tool, because she recovers her DP out of the air, and then you're able to use a good lockdown assist like Grim Reaper, and then follow up afterwards. Well, I'm not saying you know, cut the footage because Mai died. I'm just more saying that we can save some time and talk about the thing on we can stay on topic, right? So that's really something that I'm glad that we got confirmed. Oh, I should look into the mic or into the camera. That's something we got confirmed, right? So that's pretty cool. I thought about using that, and it seems like it seems like a pretty decent strategy. Very hard to deal with because, you know, the assist is happening behind the invincible character. If you swing into the invincible character, you might get hit. If you block into the character that's running forward invincible, then it might even just be difficult to get out of that situation. So that's originally something that I was thinking about, and I'm glad that I got to see that on in tournament. This is ArcRevo. Yes, this is Southeast Asian Majors. This was the first stop in ArcRevo that wasn't the UK Revo tournament, and I only say that because the Revo UK tournament was a qualifier, so basically the winner is going to get to go to ArcRevo Japan, but this one is the first one for a set of points. ArcRevo Japan will be next month, man. It's going to be so much fun to watch. So we can get into the what's it called, the next game of that set.
See right now, Guda had a good game. He just did this one small mistake. I hope this not
all these
mistakes that really kills you.
Yeah.
And really like ruins your game.
I played him, and I believe he will come back stronger than ever.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in the second match against him, he was really totally like a different person.
Yeah. So let's see how his.
There you go. Oh man, he did. All right, so that's a very good way to deal with that. I didn't recognize that, but he does have to take a risk in DPing in that situation.
Yeah.
They will adapt.
Yeah, they have to
Actually, no, she doesn't, because Mai will be in the air. So that's if you don't keep your combo tight in that situation, then it will be easy for opponents to get out of. So already learning some counterplay to that is that, you know, you can DP in that situation and get rid of Mai because she's in the air, and DPs in this game are air unblockable. So that's good to note. Just the throw.
We haven't seen that in a while.
Okay, he does a little micro dash 5A combo. Okay, so a little bit similar to what I was doing. And he went for Oki afterwards. Cool. Okay, so this is definitely what I was thinking about how to play this character. Is a lot based around that knockdown, because you're so close to the opponent when you get that knockdown. And you can see the opponent's dealing with what I was talking about before pretty well, the DP into the assist. Seems like it's pretty well dealt with the assist. So maybe there's a way to make it so it's more airtight. You can fall down with an air normal and make it so that they stay in block stun. It could be that that DP just invalidates that strategy altogether.
Nice block, no, but
Sandwich combo.
Oh no, Mai's getting comboed.
Oh my god, that's so beautiful. And this is
Was Revolution 4 points as well.
Running it back.
back
1-1.
immediately.
Yep, 1-1 versus Tom Morello.
They must have changed that because I remember correctly early on that I remember that that wasn't the case. Anyway, so we're already seeing that there might be some counterplay to that game plan that I was talking about before. It might be better to go for maybe a special into the lockdown assist, but either way, it's not a bad idea. You know, it's good to actually for people to try that out and try to see if the opponent knows how to deal with that first. If they do, then you can probably move away from that strategy. But you know, at first glance, it seems like it's pretty difficult to deal with unless people recognize that you can DP out of it, or maybe there's a way to time that a little bit better. That will be pretty interesting to figure out. I'll go over that in detail. But what was cool is we got to see the Oki setups afterwards, right? He did the dive combo afterwards, and then he went for a jump over and mixed up which side he was going on, and then called the Grim Reaper. And there are a couple things to think about that, right? One, the timing of the Grim Reaper. You can time that whether you land on the right side or the left side. You can do it early or late, and then you could be able to do a mix up off that with a sandwich, or you can pick up off the Grim Reaper assist if they think they're going to block the other way. And then the second thing to note is that you have a lot of air movement as Mai, so there's definitely some extra layers you can attach to that combo. So, or that lockdown Oki setup. So that's pretty cool. And she's going to have the ability to have that Oki setup wherever she goes. She doesn't have to be in the corner. So I think that might be pretty powerful.
After that first game, like,
Yes.
okay, I figured it out. I got you now.
I know exactly how that feels.
Next one here. All right.
Without, like, so good right now.
Pretty common strategy. Cross combo, blocks with
Oh, what a footsie.
Gordo. Oh, tried to go for that. Oh, big DP. Didn't work out. All right. I like him using the 5C first time he tried it out. It feels like it has quite a bit of a startup, or at least a very obvious animation because of how high she moves. So it might be hard to use, but it does go over lows, so that has its benefits. But, you know, a lot of the good 5Cs are ones that are very unassuming, like Jin's and S. Who else has a really good one? Mai has a really good one too. I mean, not Mai. Sorry, I was thinking Blake.
Oh, but the step up, good person. Oh!
Oh man, TP'd out. Oh, I got hit.
That's a bad Mai.
I think that's it. I think that's it for our hero. Yeah. All right. That's unfortunate. It seemed early on that you know, a lot of the air movement can be nullified by TPs in this game, which is unfortunate.
Oh, is that level 2? Yeah, it is level 2. Yep.
There we go.
But right now, I don't even
Goda has 5 bars. Oh wow, why didn't he end it?
Oh, he's coming grab whiffs. Oh my god, many attack whiffs.
Okay, he finally uses it. Good God.
Oh, that's what changed. I appreciate it, Blue. Sorry about that. I was misinformed then. So that's this is pretty interesting. Oh my god, he gripped him.
No.
So that's so you know, it seems like putting people on lockdown with Mai might not be as easy as I thought it was. It might be a little bit more difficult, or it might be that the opponents have the ability to have some decent counterplay versus it. We also
Oh no, and that's, yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's alright. So that's pretty interesting. I think that maybe one thing I haven't seen from Tomorello is that he hasn't used like Himayuri, the dash special. You didn't see him use that at all to get in. And I think that's pretty interesting. It might be pretty easy to snuff out. I'm not sure because obviously he has more experience than I do with the character, but I haven't seen that before. So let's see. Maybe last round there might be something to take out of this one. But I mean, this is essentially what I do on the regular, is I basically just sit at home and I look over footage and try to see what benefits there are from it. Oh, I got hit out of there with Green Reaper. Yeah, double Green Reaper. That's such an easy combo for this team. Crash to save.
Oh, nice catch though. Finally something good. Oh, but something bad.
Oh man, he got jumped out.
What a defense.
Cross combo dealt. Alright. Probably read a assimilation and just did a 2B. Nice combo. Ooh, he tried to lock down with the my assist after the combo, but he didn't put the opponent in block. Oh no, they're both getting hit. This is gonna hurt.
This might be death for mine.
Yes. Oh, it
Oof.
is
All right.
smartness already.
Doesn't look good for our hero.
Oh, and just like that. There.
Not a good look. That's unfortunate.
To keep away both Waldstein and Tager.
It's the next video.
Yep. Oh yeah, 40 HP total.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Okay.
That's a lot of hit points.
Yeah. So you know, so I did quite a bit. I learned quite a bit, a few things from that, but that's pretty interesting. So we'll talk about that afterwards. So one of the things I wanted to bring up, so we're gonna go over the winners and losers finals of winners and grand finals of Southeast Asian Majors, and one of the reasons why I want to go over it is because I think that Koji Kog really dealt with Ruby Gordeau very well, and I think that's partly due to his team and partly due to great reads, but I think overall Koji Kog really showed a good understanding of how the team worked, and he played against Nameless, aka Heiho, who was the EVO 2018 champion, pretty well.
Oh, nice catch.
Yeah, this is Southeast Asian Major.
Is fully invulnerable except to those.
Yes, except with the feet. So if you
Run
don't
up low, it will feed Sledge on.
Yep, so if you
Oh man, that was so good. That was so good. Oh my god. Yeah, she is totally wasted. Oh boy.
Oh my god, where is he? Which one?
I can't see you.
She's in the middle of this like a big set of burly men. That was not good. All right. So one of the things that I noticed right there is that a lot of the times what Heiho would go for is he would go for starting his cross combo pressure with, I can't believe he DP'd there. She is Astral. That would have been over. If he blocked that DP, that would have been it. And it's one of the things that Heiho was going for is that he'd go in and jump in and try to do buzzsaw going in and then have start cross combo from that situation. And one of the things that Koji Kog did really well is constantly anti-air this team. This team has really good air presence because of the normals. But what he did is that he constantly anti-aired, and it was very difficult for him to get started.
Oh!
Oof. I can't believe Koji Kog DP'd in that situation, because that was Astral. That DP is blocked. He lost that round. That was really impressive. That was really impressive. But yeah, so that was one of the things I watched early on. I also saw that he was trying to use Sledge, in certain situations. That were pretty interesting. I think in later on he will use it a little bit better, but he had a very obvious idea on how you wanted to use Sledge.
Analyze the recent game and adjust.
Have time for yourself.
So let's see what adjustments Nameless is going to take with his Koji Kog.
All right, DP for an anti-air, and look at that right there. You saw from Koji Kog, right as soon as he got the DP, or as soon as Heiho got the DP, he recognized that he wanted to call the assist, and then he immediately went for that big slash and stopped the assist. The second time he did it right there, he fully charged Sledge in front of his face, expecting the assist call, and he burned through the Gordeau assist again, 2 Magnatech wheels, and that Gordeau is dead. That was really one of the more impressive things that he did, is that he was beating out the assist before it came out. And if the assist doesn't have the chance to come out, he really doesn't have the chance to cross combo, and he's dealing with the team very well that way. You know, specifically, however, oh my god, that was the dirtiest setup. Koji Kog is so sick. But specifically, though, this team is really good at dealing with it because of Tager. Tager having armor on some of his moves means that he has the ability to blow through single hits or a couple of hits in a row and really be able to deal with some of the setups that other people won't be able to deal with. The second thing is that, you know, this team does have very high health. Both these characters have a tremendous amount of health. So it's going to be very difficult for him to blow through that health even with the cross combos. They do quite a bit, but it is very difficult.
Oh, nice catch. Oh,
okay.
beautiful.
I think they'll take the damage. They'll take the damage. Oh my god.
I love Koji Kog, man. Look at this dude. How are you gonna do that to a man? Ugh! Just dropped him.
It
That
made
was,
me
Ugh! I love watching.
that was half her health. That was half. That was
I'm
pretty
nice.
much half
I'm
her
nice.
health. And Kojigo just dumped it out of her.
Talk about damage.
Yeah, just dumped it.
Dude, Koji Kog has been one of my favorite players for quite some time, and it is so happy to me for him to get a top tier grappler team. Oh my god. 3 people in the air. But Koji Kog did the same thing he did last time. He was great at calling an assist or dealing with the cross combo situation before it happens. Now this is just really good blocks, but you know, he wasn't able to defend the entire time. Early crash. And the reason why he crashes early is because crashing early will stop the cross combo. Yes, you use all of your partner meter, but you also deplete the opponent's partner meter as well. And so for a brief moment of time, you guys are actually playing a one-on-one. For a very brief moment. The crash is risky. Yes, the crash is risky. You can pick some certain moments that are more likely, but you could possibly be baited into it. But the crash itself is a very good way to deal with it. And it's sort of sacrificing your own offensive pressure, but it is a good way to counter cross combo teams.
As long as you won't die, he's okay. That's all he needs to get in and one big
There you
sub.
go. Great combo from
It's
Heiho.
not gonna be enough, definitely.
Does anyone know, like,
Oh, but Kojigo right now.
why he was going by Nameless in this tournament?
And still continues to take out Taker.
Is that Heiho in Japanese? I have no clue.
Here he is.
Or is Nameless Heiho in Japanese? I have absolutely no clue. But either way, you know, up to him. Japanese players routinely switch their names.
Possible.
You see him right here. He's trying to sledge through the cross combo.
But
That seems to be a very common
I was giving up
common tactic.
to have range just like that.
Seems like that is it for Koji Kog. But you can see that a lot of the preemptive calling, beating out the assist before it comes out. He's having a great read on when the opponent wants to do that, and that's a good way to deal with it.
I keep forgetting how high. We talk about how high their health is,
But you get surprised.
but you get surprised
that
when they're
they
still
live.
not dead. Oh my god.
2-1.
He didn't want to register as Heiho. Well, you know, up to him. So, you know, we're going to get one more round out of this, or 1 or 2 more rounds. But the thing is that to note is pretty cool is that, you know, we're watching some counterplay versus Ruby Gordeau, which is, you know, a lot of, you know, still probably considered one of the best teams. But I think what we're seeing right here is that there are ability to, you know, have some counters versus that team. It's not all said and done just yet. But let's, you know, we have a couple more. I think really Koji Kog has been really impressive this tournament.
Nameless still thinking.
So Nameless right now trying to adjust.
Shadow Kurosu, thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate it.
See if
Oh, you chased him down.
Gonna get something out,
I think one of the things that I didn't like from Koji Kog is that he tried to go for air approaches too much. And so anytime that he saw that Nameless saw him in the air, or Heiho saw him in the air, he went for Grim Reaper into cross combo. And it's a very easy way to get him back to the ground.
Yep,
This combo's so cool, by the way.
have burst you can hit.
Yeah, so they trade.
There you go. Try to get some Oki with there.
For offense.
Guys, straight trade from defense to offense, or offense to defense rather. And Nameless right now really needs to bump up that offense and really take risks.
This is the situation you don't want to be in when you don't have partner meter crash.
And Kojigo actually has the luxury of
Oh,
just
boy.
taking back,
Oh, boy.
taking the damage and getting one clean hit just like that. And already
You see him, he's waiting for that assist call. He's waiting for it, but he eventually has to give it up. It's too risky to be in that situation. But he was, you see, the entire time he was actually waiting for that assist call. He wanted to blow it up. He knew that that's such a great way to turn defense into offense, is put the opponent in block stun, call the assist, but he was trying to beat through it. God, Sledge is such a good assist. Has the ability to blow through things, moves forward so fast, good hitbox. Great, easy way to combo afterwards, too. Great air blocking. You say, I remember telling you Koji Kog's air movement, or dealing with the air approach has been so impressive! Oh boy! As soon as Heiho got in the air, he dealt with that really well. That's gonna be it.
Oh!
Oh my my god, pop off.
That was sick. So really quick, the 3 points that I really pulled out of that one is the first point I pulled out is that dealing with the assist preemptively is a great way to deal with this team. It is a great way because a lot of those assists that are used for lockdown that have a bit of a startup, like the projectile assist from Ruby or Grim Reaper, they have a slight bit of startup, and they're not too hard to stuff. You just have to have the right read for it to have great reactions. You know, you see on the top before, you can see that like when the portrait comes up in the top part of your screen, you know that the assist is going to come out. If you have the ability to react to that, you might be able to stuff out the assist once or twice. So it was pretty cool. The second thing I took from Koji Kog's gameplay is that he knew how to deal with the team his own way, which is that he really neutralized the air approach. Buzzsaw into Grim Reaper into cross combo was not a thing he was going to be able to do. And so one of the things that he shut out early on is another way to approach cross combos for Heiho was not applicable to him. So he had to find different ways to do it, and so that gave him the ability to play a little bit more ground game versus him. And lastly, the thing that I noted really well is the crashes. The crashes happened at specific timings, very safe timings during specials where they're going to be very hard to bait out. And then afterwards, he would basically sack his own partner meter to beat the cross combo. And he was very confident in his neutral play in the one-on-one. In order to play that, he had to play it a little bit longer than the opponent because obviously the opponent's going to get their partner meter faster because they used it first. But it is a way to sort of neutralize that really strong tactic. So, we went over winners finals. I'm going to go over grand finals as well, where the set was a little bit closer. We can see some of the things that Heiho was also adapting himself. He was, obviously had one more set, so he had the ability to make some adjustments in that game and then be able to play around it. But also, Koji Kog showed some pretty cool things as well.
They're done with the prototype. Here we go, grand finals, everybody.
Let's go.
By the way, when I first watched this, there is a moment where I'm so glad I didn't commentate this event. Like, kind of not, because I thought this event was so cool, but at the same time I wouldn't have commentated too much. I would have just yelled because Koji Kog is insane. The punish on the crash. That was so impressive.
I can't even see it.
He went for a cross up, so not necessarily a punish, but he did deal with it. Oof. No air approach. Absolutely none for this guy. Finally finds a way to get the buzzsaw, but he didn't get a full combo. All things considered, I think Koji Kog will be pretty happy with that.
Of course. It's not fair in
Oh, he was stuck in the middle of a move, and I think Heiho really recognized that, and he realized, all right, this is a good time to go for a cross combo. As long as it's not sledge, it's going to be pretty okay.
Wow, that traded. Wow, that was
Holding it, he's looking for that assist.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Good job. Now, Heiho's already made an adjustment in the game. You can see that he is waiting for Koji Kog to do a special and then calling his own assist. So mixing up the timings of his assists has been really helping out here.
Koji Kog does not mind, nor does he care.
Yeah, he doesn't care. I mean, you have 40 health.
Oh, man, he got sandwiched on accident. He was trying to deal with the air approach. It didn't work out. Oh, no! Reversal super! Ugh. Took a grip.
And yeah, okay. Once in the sandwich.
Yeah, getting caught in the sandwich.
Once the blender gets out of it. Wow, really?
Oh no, he got comboed afterwards. This is such a big loss.
He's down by Nameless, and now he's back.
More pressure again. Nice anti-air.
Beautiful anti-air to the grab.
There we go, full combo.
Yup.
See what he deals with afterwards. Ooh, the grab, and then active switch. Oh, he dealt with the crash as well. He knew it was going to happen. I mean, you know, a lot of the things that Koji Kog is doing very well are very general Blazblue tag things, yes. But he is also dealing with the team very well. He never let that team get started. He constantly put Oki pressure on them. And you see Heiho is really afraid to call it while he's playing defensively because he knew that Koji Kog was looking for it. So, I mean, once he had that ability, he had the ability to really lock him down afterwards. He gave him doubts to call his assists and start his cross-combo game. So that was really impressive. We can get into the next one here.
I don't even know you can combo that.
Heiho's really
that
thinking.
triggers to be-
Look at that cheesy grin on Koji Kog's face. That's the face. That's the face of someone who has been grappling for years.
You know he was
He's like, oh man, did you see that one time where I gripped you? That was sick.
did a reset because he know just a sledgehammer wouldn't kill.
Oh yeah.
So everything
Starts
was
off with the overhead. That's the first time he's done that.
He saw it all. Saw it all.
See, right there, that big slash was him trying to read that Gordeau assist, and it just didn't happen. And good, a lot of little jump backs here, a lot of chicken guarding from Koji Kog. Didn't want to be on the ground to be able to be mixed up. Great way to deal with that. Is that way you can't get assimilated? Well, not without your,
Only this way 3 games, and he's done.
not without some other issues. Ooh, DP.
So it's really up to Nameless to really step
Reached
it
a little
up.
bit too much. That dude, sledge assist is so good.
If he was to
Judging
give it
by
his-
that first stage,
yeah, it's gonna be
it's
a
gonna
hard
be hard.
time.
It's gonna be a hard time.
The Spotio is
Combo.
go down to like
All right, he's probably gonna end this with the assimilation. Yeah.
Because a pixel is still alive, even though it's a pixel.
Oh my! Did you see that reflect? That was so good. He picked the perfect time to reflect and then punished.
Oh my god, look at the damage.
Or a push
I
block.
am so afraid and impressed at the same time.
I'm afraid for Nameless.
Some well-timed push block. Not, you know, the Ruby Gordeau mix-up is not. It's not completely airtight. There are ways to deal with it. Push blocking in certain places can definitely get you out. Push block, jump back, push block, jump forward, depending on what they're gonna go for afterwards.
Okay, he didn't try to
Mix up
kill.
City. He's trying to chicken guard here.
Goes for the cross combo.
Same side.
Grim Reaper.
There you go. Get opened up by the stagger pressure.
They should kill.
This is gonna
They should kill. They should kill.
Is that it for him? Yeah, he's got 4 bars.
There you go. Okay.
okay. He had called Ruby, but
I mean, one
better than
side.
nothing. Better than nothing. And here comes Wall side.
Oof, you tried to push block punish.
So
Almost
one
full
side
bar.
on resonance. He gets a command grab on you. plus
Yeah, this might be pretty difficult. I think this team, once you get into this position, it's almost impossible to deal with this, especially, you know, if you're Wall Steam.
Okay, here we go.
He just needs to
You see him
Oh my
still
God.
trying to control the air approach. You see 2 Bs, you see air grabs.
Oh!
Nice.
Assist.
Yep,
Wasn't able to get the combo. Gets the hit afterwards.
Use the active switch. Cross combo.
He's only got 1 bar, so isn't able to finish the super. Tries to go for the mix-up afterwards.
Nice on the air.
There it is. Big scramble, but
Oh, misses that.
Heiho finally puts back.
Grab, gets hit by the DB by Gordeau.
Yeah, push blocking.
Okay, no problem right now.
No problem.
Push blocking and is very character. So yeah, one of the things that Blue brought up in chat was very right. Push blocking for your team and the answer afterwards is very specific. It's specific to a number of things. 1, the timing that you push back. 2, the distance you get away from the opponent or what you push back. And 3, you know, the size of your character and what your options you have afterwards. If you have an invincible move afterwards and they still approach afterwards, you might be able to blow through it in that situation. You know, if characters, if you're push blocking Grim Reaper and you send Grim Reaper far away and Ruby is the one that's approaching you, you might be able to jump over Ruby and then get to Gordeau as soon as Grim Reaper's done. Little stuff like that can definitely help you out. So I would suggest sort of looking at your character's options and then, you know, recognizing when that push block situation is. Like, because doing things like Grim Reaper or, let's see, you know, neutral assist for Gordeau, cross combo neutral assist is not airtight. You can definitely deal with that in certain situations. And you see Koji Cox has labbed that up. He understands where he can jump back and where he cannot, and those are definitely ways you can deal with this team. So we can get into the next one here.
So let's see if what Gochugong is going to do this time. Because, I mean, Nameless, that was a lot of work. But at least now, like, you won that.
Yeah.
But
It's a little bit of confidence boost.
yeah, but
See, both guys are very cautious in their approach now, especially the Heiho, who hasn't even called Gordeau assist yet.
all of this
He tried to do it in the air. Oh, he baited out the assist. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is he dead?
Oh my god!
What is this damage? Oh no!
Oh,
He is totally dead.
Oh my god! Sorry, perfect.
Oh no. He's gonna try to resonance through it.
Oh no, but still getting.
Oh no. Chuck him over there. Get out of the club.
Classic.
Top command grab.
The
Alright,
classic.
19-second win.
And just like
So fast. I love Kojikog, man. This guy is a monster. He baited one assist call and he ruined that both those characters' lives. That was one assist call he blew up. One assist call. And you saw how long Heiho was holding on to it. You saw how long he was holding on to it. There was moments where he was just down backing, not even calling 6P, which is one of the best assists to just call out, hoping that someone runs into it, because Gordeau doesn't move forward at all. It's just one of those things that you just stick out. And yet, nothing. Until the moment where Kojikog baited it out. He did really good there. That was crazy. Let's go for one more. Kojikog, what do you have to say about it? What do you say about it? Want one more?
Kojikog is on tournament point.
Kojikog with a small smile like.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude. One more. One more.
One more.
Okay, I love it. I love it when players feel themselves. Let's go. Let's go. Kojikog, he knows. He feels it.
You use walled Hakumen? Man, I would consider thinking about where Hakumen can use his specific reversal action, his counter. Might be specific situations where his reversal action might be better than just a regular DP. One for Kojikog. For sure, I'll throw it up there. Oh no! I didn't get as much combo. He got the throw afterwards. Oof. When your brain's that far in the clouds, sometimes you think too far than everybody else. That happens from time to time. You got to be ambitious to be a player like him. Yeah, he's trying. No, Heiho's still on 3D chess. He's like, you know, this chess 2, pretty sick, but my man's sitting on chess 5 right now. He beat all of those other chesses. Oh my god. Oh. This might be it. Nameless did, or Heiho did really well here to make it difficult for him to sort of get punishes on it. Throwing off the rhythm of the assist call has been a big deal, right? Right here, he tried to sledge through. Very impressive. Basically dealt with a whole round of mix-ups with just that sledge. But afterwards, obviously, still has to deal with mix-ups. Fighting grapplers with a passion. Well, that's a good thing because I love playing people who hate grapplers.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
If somebody enters the tournament as another name, as a commentator,
Yeah.
you commentate a lot of games, a lot of different places. How do you feel about do you call them by their traditionally known name in the community, or do you stick to whatever they want to call themselves? I mean, there's people that enter tournaments with meme-ass names.
Yeah.
I think one time I entered a tournament called Fefe, and people lost their shit.
I think for me personally, what I like to do is I actually like to ask the players if they picked a different name for whatever reason. I know I used to have a player that I knew personally by their first name, and he was widely known by his first name, but he preferred to go by his handle while he was on stream, so I asked him, and he said, I would prefer if you called me by my handle on stream because it is my handle, right, I use for fighting games. So largely, I just go ask the player, but if I don't know at the moment, I usually go with the name that I see on screen, and then I mention to some degree that this is also, you might know him as the player Heiho, who is the EVO 2018 champion. That's usually what I go by. But, you know, for one reason or another, people might pick different names to go into this. You know, one reason or another. All right, let's throw up at least one more round. Might get...
It's still a reset.
Yep.
So one more, not yet for Kojikog. Yeah. I mean, I did watch this before I brought it in here. I've watched these a couple of times. Yeah, exactly. That's why you should enter. Man. Dude, the cross combos into command throws are so scary. Look, don't call your assist. But very smartly from Kojikog, he calls the assist right afterwards because it makes it very difficult to punish it after. But he's still in this block sim situation. Look at that, snipe the assist call again. And now he doesn't have as much partner meter to do cross combo mix-ups. And it's going to be a little bit easier to deal with, however, immediately crashes in there. As soon as the hit happens, he crashes in.
Oh no, it did smart once.
This does so much damage and so much carry.
Oh my god.
Oh! Oh, baby.
That is it.
Stuff him into the dirt.
Oh, chaos dunk.
Didn't have that time to just quite right. He tried to go for the B throw, didn't work out.
Tried to go for the
Oh,
Put him in the corner.
down.
You know, in this situation, I know Kojikog is such a BM player because he's looking to finish this with a combo into a throw or some sort. This is the type of guy he is. He doesn't want to end this. He doesn't want to end this by hitting you with a normal. He wants to hit you with a throw. He wants to put some emphasis on it. Yeah, put some emphasis on it. Look at that. Watch. He's gonna end this with a throw. I love this combo. Finish it with the God press. Oh, so close.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no.
So
Koji
really, so Kojikog ends up taking this. Spoiler alert, if you guys didn't watch if you didn't watch the tournament. But one of the things that I was really impressed with was that the way that he dealt with the assists before they came out, using big active moves in order to deal with the assists beforehand. And that's largely because a lot of the times what Ruby Gordeau players will do is that they will wait for the opponent to be in block stun from their assist first, and then they'll be able to put on mix-ups afterwards, right? Remember we were talking about before, you do neutral assist, cross combo neutral assist, and then you go in afterwards. It's a very common tactic for Ruby Gordeau players. And one of the things that he was doing very well was he was blowing it up every single time. One of the other things that he was doing, very character specific, was using Sledge to just get through the Grim Reaper altogether. Didn't want to deal with it. It's understandable. He wouldn't hit Ruby every single time, but that was the idea. Basically, get to the back end and deal with that. So that was pretty good stuff, all things together. I really liked watching Kojikog, but he really showed the breakdown of the team and how to beat it. Now, it didn't look like it was a complete blow up because Heiho, Nameless, is a phenomenal player. This dude won EVO 2018 not for no reason. He's an incredibly strong player, very incredibly thoughtful player. You saw him making adjustments against a very scary team like that. But the team specifically that Kojikog plays makes it very difficult for him to play against it. He was still making great adjustments. You know, different situation in that last game. We might have had one more set. I kind of wish we did because we'd have more stuff to analyze, but that's something I wanted to go for really quickly between you and I. I know this stream was a little bit different. I appreciate you guys for joining me on this one. I hope you guys had a blast. I did, because this is normally what I do. This is what I do as a living, is I sit and I look over stream footage and I analyze it and I try to see why things happen the way they are, and that way I can provide it to you on a stream, or I can provide it to you over the commentary desk, and hopefully provide you with some analysis or some information for you guys to better yourselves with. If you liked how I went over characters, I would suggest you to do the same, maybe with some other characters that are a little bit more complicated. It's translatable to multiple games. I have a sort of a method, and then that game is able to be translated to multiple games, including games like not only BB Tag, but like Under Night, and also things like Guilty Gear. A little bit more complicated with some of those games because there's a lot more things to worry about, obviously, but it is the same idea, so that's something to think about. This is something I do on my stream all the time, so if you guys are interested, you can check me out. It's twitch.tv/Samifish. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm glad that you guys really enjoyed it. Yes, this is the Climax of Night shirt. I got it a couple days ago, and I wanted to show it off because I think it's a mega cool shirt. Climax of Night's happening pretty soon. I'm very excited to be able to watch that. I'm very excited for that. All right, producer, do we have anything else? Oh, Canada Cup. We do have Canada Cup next weekend. Yes, it is not an Arc Revo Tour event, but it is going to have all your favorite Arc System Works tournaments or games. So be able to check that. Canada has had a thriving scene as of late and has produced some of the best players that we have been seeing all across North America in general, going to different tournaments and bottling people on left and right. And people, actually, the Canadians have been able to put some work towards Japanese players as well. Very, very impressive players. So I'm looking forward to watching that. There's going to be tournaments for most of the Arc System titles. I would suggest you watch that, but that's it for me. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions on the way that I do things or the way that I go over content or I go over learning characters, just at me at my Twitter, Samifish11, and I love talking about this. If I don't know something, I'll figure it out for you. That way we learn together. And that's really why I'm here to do this. So, we're good? Let's close it out. Thank you guys for tuning in to another ArcLive. I know this one was a little bit different, but this one is this one's been the one I've enjoyed the most because this is one I did for you guys. So, thank you guys and have a good night.
Arc System Works presents Arc Revolution Cup now moves on to the world stage as Arc Revo World Tour. Over the span of a year, from fall 2018 to fall 2019, qualifiers will be held at major tournaments all over the world. North and Latin America, Europe, Japan, Asia. Winners from all the qualifiers will clash at the final battleground. Arc Revo America 2019 to be held in the fall. Over $100,000 US total in cash prizes. This year's titles: Blazblue Central Fiction, Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. Who will triumph above all and emerge victorious?